Everyone has their chat up on the side. They can see it.
Yep. Let's see if you can see the chat box. Just post in there, you guys. Just say hello. I'm going to just go on to our Facebook and repost it so people can see it.
Yep.
Just tell them that we're going live.
Hey, Tim, you know, as we see people come on, if there's not very many of us, like if it ends up being a smaller group, do you want to, you can send them a link just like you did with me. Yes. It went bing, bing, bing. That was the craziest thing, and I didn't know where it was coming from, and I was like going, what's happening here?
Sure. No, I'll do that for sure. Until, yeah, this is actually, I don't mind if it's not a lot of people. This is the first time we're going to
absolutely
do this way, and then hopefully we'll get better next week, and we can actually probably start advertising it way ahead of time. I'll start adding it out there way ahead of time.
Yeah, it's absolutely all good.
Yeah.
You know, it's all good. Let me, we'll just, if you guys want to share the link, like on Facebook, you can go to our Facebook page, and you can click share and private message it to people if you want to.
Which link did you put out, though? There's two of them, right?
It's the one that you posted.
Oh, okay, that one. Yes, that one.
Yep.
Should click on it. They should be able to see it live.
Yep. So you can private message it to people or whichever you want. And that's very common. I see people doing that all the time when they have these events.
So it just says, when I'm on the other screen, it just says the live video broadcast will begin soon. Have you looked to see if it's going?
Click it once, click it again.
I'm just going to go in here and click on here.
If you click on the main screen where it says that, just click it on. It should take you there. Then there's some kind of.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. So you need to click on the screen again when it says live to start soon. Click on that screen. So it says one viewer. Is that you, Nancy?
Yeah, that's me.
At least we know it was two viewers.
That's right.
That?
Okay, so Norma's on the screen that says it will begin in a few minutes. What does she have to do? Click it again?
Click on that screen again.
So let us see. Hey, Norma, are you on? Did you make it on?
Wonder if they can see. Is Noe doing something to the pillow?
Yes, Noe is being a brat. I'm going to have to mute my microphone if she keeps it up.
So it's interesting because I'm on the other screen and there is no chat there. It's just the video.
Oh, there's no chat there.
Oh, there isn't, eh? So what are you seeing, Nance?
You just see the video. If I go to Anne, you can see Anne.
I could see Anne and then 2 blank heads and me. 2 of those keto heads.
So 1 second here. Present to everyone.
2 keto heads. That's funny.
Present to everyone. Present to everyone. Present to everyone. Now you see that, Nance? All these come up.
Do you say everybody now, Nance?
I can see Anne, yep.
Okay. But no chat. That's interesting.
Oh, wait a minute.
Are you seeing something else? Thanks for being patient with us, Anne.
There's 3 viewers on now too. So once again,
Sharon says she's on, but it doesn't show her as on.
Yeah, well, because it says, she says, I can see Sharon's got, so I can hear and see you. Well, I can see Nancy, not Debbie. I have no chat bar. Can anyone tell me that I am here? I said I have the Q&A up. I can do a Q&A, but that's pretty much all. I don't know where. I'm just looking to see if I have to.
So Peter's coming on in a couple minutes, he said. So
okay.
I think we need to level that they're on as viewers. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think they're looking to see themselves on the bottom.
Yep. I'm seeing that we have 3 viewers, which are not going to be us.
No.
Right.
One of them's Nancy, and there's 2 others.
Right. And that must be Norma and Sharon. So as long as they're seeing us.
Yeah.
Tim, why don't you try to queue up that video, see what it does.
Are you ready to go with the video?
Yep.
Try it?
Yep, let's give it a try. Let's see. Right, it's showing in your box, so put yourself up on top.
What dreams? What ideas?
Sorry. Let's try it again.
It's okay.
What voice? What stories?
Oh.
I did that. I've had that infinity thing happen before too.
Why does that happen? Can you see it now? No?
Nope.
People go to work every day miserable, and all they do is just talk about how miserable they are.
1 second.
But they don't do anything about it. You know that you're deliberately operating below your potential. You've gotten comfortable. You stop expanding. You stop stretching. You stop challenging yourself. It's hard living. Life is hard.
I see it small. Oh, there it goes into infinity.
Most people don't dream anymore. Why? Because through the conditioning process of life, after so many rejections,
Okay.
see, you know what you can do. You know what you have done, and you also have seen what has been done by others in your environment, by others in your circumstances.
Can you see it?
Then you look at where you
We
want
can see it in small box.
do. They do that which they feel they know that can work because they've already done it or they've seen it done.
It's bigger. It's
So
bigger.
they allow their negative history to determine the possibilities for them. And so when they run into a roadblock, even if they have something beyond their comfort zone, when they run into a roadblock, something happens to them. Most people allow life to control them and their circumstances. Look into the future. What is it you want? What is it you'd like to create for you? You want to make your dream come true, you got to stay focused. Some people rather get even than get ahead. Stay focused on where you want to go. This is not going to be it for my life. I deserve more than this. See, that will stop making you do some stuff. Not only is it possible for you to have your dream, but it's necessary. It's necessary that you have it, that you work on it, that you develop yourself, that you go for what is yours in the universe. The major key to your reaching your dream, your living up to your greatness, your making your contribution to your making things happen in your life is you. You've got to take personal responsibility to make it happen. That you make it happen, that you don't give up, that you don't take any objection or disappointment or defeats personally, that you keep on keeping on, that you don't decide that I can't make it because you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Live your life with passion, with some drive. You've got to remind yourself that you've got powers within you, talents within you that you haven't even reached for yet. So whatever dream you got, that dream, that idea, that has been given to you. There's no guarantee that because somebody is now down on their luck, they can never come back. Who can guarantee that you can't make it, that you can't have your dream? Who can guarantee that you can't do what you want to do? No one can do that. No one can predict that. What we need to do is we look at our team as we get ready to hit the floor. I'm blessed with how they feel.
Okay.
Okay, so it showed a little bit, Tim. So it was a little choppy and small, but hey, it's better than we've been managing to do, so thank you very much.
No problem.
I think we've just got a few people in the queue. So if, Nance, are you still hooked into the other side too?
Well, I can go back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, go ahead and give them the link if they want to come up on camera too, since it's just a few of us. Are you able to do that?
If you know who they are, you can invite them from the top of Nancy, the page. I'll invite Peter also from there.
Okay, so Brandy is on by phone, just so you know, so she can see and hear us on her phone, so that's really cool. Hi, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy.
I don't know how you do it by phone.
Well, like my phone was ringing when Tim sent out the invite. My phone rang, so if I had just clicked and answered my phone, I would be on my phone with it. And Peter's on. Hi, Peter.
Hey guys.
Hey, Peter.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
I'm just trying to figure out how to answer this on my laptop.
Yeah, well, I was getting it on my phone, and Lord knows I didn't know how to answer that. That would really mess me up.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm talking to you guys on my phone.
Oh, see how cool that is? Brandy says hi to everybody.
Hi, Brandy.
Want me to invite her, or did you invite her?
I invited her. She came in through the link,
Okay.
but she's, like I say, on her phone. And I don't have my Facebook up to.
Sharon was the other. Sharon was the other one that was on there.
Sharon and Norma.
You want me to invite them both?
Sure. Yeah, pull them on. That'd be great.
Tim, did you call me through my phone number? Is that why?
Nope.
Huh.
What's Sharon's last name? Sorry. Debbie, what's Sharon's last name?
Chrisman. Christman.
And Norma Miller?
Norma Miller, yep.
Okay. Okay.
Sharon and Norma, if you're there, pop on with that other link.
So the viewer link works, except once we get more rolling and we get more than 10 people, then we can actually start using that as people can view what we're talking about.
Right, right.
And I'll fix the video part. I'll get better with the video.
Oh, Tim, please. You kidding me? Me and Nancy tapped out. We tapped out. We've been trying this for a long time, and it's like, no.
But that was a good start, though. That was a good start, though. I like that motivational video. That's really good.
I've got a lot of really good ones. That I mean, there's some with music and words that I really love, and it pumps you up, you know. Yeah. But you got to understand, like, probably before we ever did the first Google Hangout, I mean, I was trying 4 different platforms. One that I paid for and all that. So that's why we tapped out. We're just like, oh, forget it.
Well, I'm going to be, for my own business, for my consulting business, I'm going to be using the business Hangout because it does, you could do presentation webinars. So for my clients, I'll be able to use that. So I'm going to perfect that and use that for them. I can actually record stuff and then send them, right, the link.
Right.
Hey,
did you send the email to Norma to her email? I mean, the link to her email?
I sent it on whoever's on the Keto Be Better page, that circle of friends that you have.
Okay, because she's not seeing it.
Oh, okay. No, it wasn't sent to her email then. Whoever.
Okay.
Hey, Peter. How you doing?
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm just trying to see if I can get it on my laptop.
It's okay. We're all distracted.
How's everyone doing anyway?
Doing great.
Awesome. And Anne is being unbelievably patient with our ineptitude.
The smaller group, but we're about being better, not just the business.
Exactly
Business is
right. Isn't that the
about
truth?
being better. So I like this group about sharing.
It's definitely about being better in all areas, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's like they say, size isn't everything.
All right, let's see. Well, I don't have a clue how to get them on. They're not seeing the other link somehow.
What's her?
What if you put it on the?
What's her email? Sharon's email or Norman's email?
I don't have them in front of me. Just you know what? Paste it on the Facebook page again, even though it's a different link. And you could just say Sharon and Norma, here, use this. Yep, we know you're on, Sharon. We're just trying to give you the link that you can come on live, because since there's only a few of us, we might as well pull you on camera.
Right post.
Hey, Nance. Brandy has sent me a question for you. Okay, so I'm gonna ask it for you, and you can answer. It's a good one. You can answer this one. She bought the super enzymes, right?
Oh yeah.
So her question is, do you take them with your bulletproof coffee in the morning, or just when you actually eat food?
Just when I eat food.
And do you take them before?
Yep, before, during. If I forget, I'll pop them in just at the very end. If I go, oh shoot, I didn't take it, I'll pop it in at the end. I don't tend to take it with the bulletproof coffee, but maybe I should, because you're processing fats, right?
Yeah,
but
right.
because it's all liquefied, I figured it's just going to go right down through. Usually for digestive enzymes, you're looking to have those because you're trying to digest food, right?
Right.
I thought maybe she was going to ask me what my issue is with Christmas.
Oh, let's not go down that road yet. No, we're not going down that path yet.
Oh boy.
All right, so Brandy, you heard that answer, hopefully. Well, let's let's just start chatting with us, see what's going on. And Ann, you've been so patient with us. I'll tell you. I talked to you earlier. Am I echoing in somebody's ear? Are you guys getting feedback?
That's yes, Ann.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not getting feedback. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ann.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
I think
Okay.
we can hear her headphones, her earphones, because it's so loud. So as we're talking, we can hear her.
Let's just start chatting with us.
Finally.
What's going on? And Ann, you've been so patient with us. I'll tell you. I talked to you earlier. Am I echoing in somebody's? That is a serious delay.
That's yes, Ann.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not getting feedback. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ann.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Headphones, her earphones, so loud. So as we're talking, we can hear her.
Let's just start chatting.
I think someone has a view up. Who has a view up? As a viewer.
I think it's Sharon.
Has a what?
I talked to you earlier.
You might need to put yourself on mute there, honey.
That's yes, Ann.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting feedback.
I don't have any noise going on here.
All right, everybody mute themselves. Or Peter, Tim, mute everybody.
There we go.
Oh, me, I don't have any TV on.
No, it's just because you don't have earbuds in, Sharon. When you don't have earbuds in, it bounces back.
Has a what?
That's why.
You need to put yourself on mute there,
I
honey.
did.
No, we can hear you.
Huh, well, I muted it. It said I did.
Now you're muted. Now you're muted. Yeah, just, for those of you that haven't, done a lot of these, if you, in general, if you are on a laptop or any type of other computer and you don't have earbuds in, it causes distortion or echo. Same as if you have two people in the same house, it will distort and send an echo too. I have no clue why that is. I just have experienced it numerous times. So sometimes that happens. So we'll just, keep ourselves muted until we're ready to roll. So Nance, why don't you start us off? We're already 22 minutes into the hour, and we'll just chat. But let's kind of go the direction we were talking about, you and I, this morning.
All righty, everybody. So it's Be Better Tuesday, and Debbie and I were chit-chatting about how everybody was possibly doing, and people that maybe are plateauing or have stuck at the same weight for a while, and some tips and tricks on how you get yourself above that. So first and foremost, I want to say that Justin's call is really, really good. And so if you haven't heard that, I know it's a little bit late for us here on the East. We're considered on the East Coast, I guess. It's really late to stay up for that, but it is really great and really well worth taking the link and sending that to people that are on your team that are just doing this for weight loss, and getting that out to them, because my friend Maria, I was talking to her tonight, and she said she had been listening to all of that, and she got some great tips about herself. And so it's really good, So first and foremost, I would be linking in with those calls every single Monday night or listening to the replay, because he's really giving you all the tips you need in order to get rid of the plateaus and all that sort of stuff. One of the things that he said specifically last night that I took away from the whole thing was oftentimes with the bulletproof coffee, first thing in the morning, it's an awful lot of fat to be putting into your system. So I know for a while there, Debbie and I had both plateaued, and we had reached out to Dustin. She had, and then I just followed whatever she was saying. But he was saying on there that it's an awful lot of fat to put in first thing in the morning. So maybe what you consider doing is just easing off of the amount of fat you're putting in your bulletproof coffee or your tea or whatever, and maybe just put in sort of half the amount that you're thinking of putting in. So instead of 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, put 1 tablespoon, or half a tablespoon of coconut oil and half a tablespoon of butter if you love the grass-fed butter. But watching the amount of fat you're taking. I know some people are doing no fats in their coffee, and they're just they're drinking their coffee like normal, and they're eating a fat bomb. That's fine too. Just make sure you're watching the amount of fat first thing in the morning, because as I was trying to explain, what we're trying to do is to do a little bit of intermittent fasting here. So if you stop eating at 8 o'clock at night and you go all the way through to the morning hours, take your bulletproof coffee or your coffee or tea plus a fat bomb. Then what you want to do is you want to try to ride that out as long as you can. He said that some people are drinking the bulletproof coffee, then chasing it down with the Keto OS. Again, you're taking a lot of fat and then putting a lot of fat more on top. You want to kind of wait until you start feeling that hungry feeling. So you're going to listen to your body, then take your Keto OS. And so they're saying, you know, to try to push yourself as far as you humanly possibly can into that, you know, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then start consuming foods. And I think, Debbie, you said that you had a friend, Lonnie, that was unsure about how much macros she was actually eating. So again, Dustin recommends using that little MyFitnessPal app, which is really great if you're technically with it and you have no problem with tedious details. Unfortunately, that's not my strong suit and will never be my strong suit. And the thought of doing that makes me makes me perspire. I'm like, ugh. So, but what I could do, or what you could do if you don't want to go to the extent of MyFitnessPal, is just write down for a couple of days. Write down what your routine is, what you're doing, and then just open it up and review it. Review what you're doing and go, okay, if I'm not getting to where I want to go, then I need to look at what I'm doing so that I can try and adjust it a little bit. We're biohacking our own bodies. We're trying to figure out our own bodies. What works for me is not going to work for Debbie. What works for Debbie might not necessarily work for Sharon. What's working for Sharon might not work for Brandy. It's just about learning about your own body and how that works. You need to keep going, or do you want to take over?
No, sorry. I was still trying to help people with the link on the other side. It's okay. So yeah, that's exactly it. I've got a lot of people now on the team that you know, are messaging me because either, you know, they're not seeing rapid right out of the gate weight loss, or they've plateaued, or I had somebody gain a few pounds. And the thing that I can share with everybody now is I've had all of those things happen. All of them have happened, and I got just as frustrated when they happened to me. But that's why I like that we have this, you know, this group and this ability to chat about it, so that people don't think that like they're doing something wrong. Because that's the first thing that Nancy and I both thought was, what are we doing wrong? We're doing something wrong. And we've talked about this before, the whole idea of the scale. I was obsessed with the scale. And I wanted to get on that scale not just once a day, but I wanted to get on it twice a day. And I wanted to see, you know, and every day I wanted to see 1 pound to 2 pounds gone. Now, I'm going to tell you, the first week that I did it, I did see 1 pound just about every day. So I kind of set myself up right there. Because for whatever reason, when my body started on this program, I did drop some rapidly. But the truth is, there's no way we could keep doing that every day, all day, and it just wouldn't make sense. So like Nancy said, we're biohacking our own bodies. I love that term, and I'm learning that term as I'm studying, you know, keto lifestyle. And we're all different. So what we can do is we can share what maybe is working for us, and somebody can try it. And if it works for them, great. But the other thing is, and again, I speak for myself, I'm all about instant gratification, right? So if I'm told to do something new, well, I think that I should see immediate results within 1 to 2 days again. Well, that's not really very feasible either. You've got to give any little tweak or change, you've got to give it a week. You've got to give it a week for your body to adjust to that. When I finally was getting really frustrated with, it was about a 3-week period, and I stayed the same, or I went up 3 pounds, I went down 1 pound, I went up 3 pounds, I stayed the same. And I never went below this one particular number. And I just, really, it was making me mentally crazy. And so Nancy actually sent me the dual fuel diet, that video that Michael and Dustin had done, and they talk about that, about throwing away the scale and paying more attention to what is going on in our bodies. And as I'm getting further into this, I'm learning even more than what that meant, because at first I just thought, well, that means inches. So then I started measuring obsessively, right? And then that didn't always move as fast as I wanted it to. So then I listened to the video again, and it was like, no, pay attention to how you're feeling. How's your energy? Which we've talked about this, guys, but how's your energy? How's your sleep? If you have aches and pains. If I have a friend that has massive migraines who's just joined us with getting some product, but just on the keto lifestyle, it's helped her migraines, right? So the frustration is, for most of us, we have these high expectations that we're going to lose a ton of weight out of the gate, and we're going to continue to do that. Well, the truth of the matter is, all these things going on in our bodies that we don't even really know about, and Dustin talked about them one night too, which was even, Nancy, you're better at remembering this, but I think he talked about our bones and even the density of our bones and what's happening with that. And then Tim, hi Norma. Oh, Norma's got her little blue wig on. Hey, Norma, just throw yourself on mute while we're going, because it echoes around.
I'm not on.
Yep, you are. I can hear you.
I don't have anything going on. I don't even have TV.
No, it's okay, but you have to have earbuds in, honey. Otherwise it echoes, so I just need you to mute.
I don't know where.
Tim, can you mute her? Sorry, my dog. It's okay. All right, she's muted. That's awesome.
Did you want me to take over for a minute, or is Noe okay there?
Oh, she's just fine. She wants to say hello to everyone.
Oh, hi, Noe.
So, Tim, I don't know if you can throw up those two those two pictures I sent you today. Yeah, that one. Throw that one up first. That would be good. I don't know. There we go. So, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I've posted it before. It's not staying up there. Let's see. Now Noe's going to bark at us. But this is absolutely what we have to pay attention to.
Just a second, Debbie. If people can't see it, just click on it. Just click on the image, and it will come up bigger.
Everybody see the image? Okay, good. So this is absolutely perfect. And I have to look at this when I start to get frustrated. Because obviously, think fat loss, not weight loss. Please, Noe, zip it. So, you've got two women that both weigh 130 pounds, but one has 35% body fat, the other has 20% body fat. We are, with this whole lifestyle and the keto, we are going in the direction of, getting more muscle and losing the fat. And the other picture that Tim has, Nancy had posted, and it's kind of gross. I'm not going to lie, but it's another really accurate description. There's this big thing out there. People say, "Oh, well, I know if I'm working out, muscle is heavier than fat." No, it's not. A pound is a pound. Whether it's a pound of fat or a pound of muscle, it's still a pound. But fat takes up more space, right? So because we're losing fat and we're increasing and keeping our muscle, which is the ideal way to ever lose, weight on a scale, we are moving the heavy amounts of fat off, which take up more space, and we're building muscle, which is why the inches are going away, right? And I don't know why it is that even when I've measured, sometimes I haven't even, I don't know if I just don't measure at the same spot. I haven't always noticed the number of inches with the measuring tape going down but what I know is when I put my clothes on. And so that's the ultimate, right? When you put those clothes on, and they practically fall off, which happened to me Saturday. I had one pair of dress pants, and I had to go to Memorial. And Sharon knows the pants because I wore them in Germany and Luxembourg this past winter. And they were skin tight and cut into my waist. And I put them on Saturday to go to this Memorial, and they fell off. Like, they were so huge, they fell off. So I had to go look for a belt because I had nothing else to wear. Well, not one of my belts fit. They were all too huge. So I ended up having to pin the waist. And, of course, my husband was just horrified anyway because he's like, "There, your butt's hanging. There's no butt." And I said, "Listen, there's still plenty of butt in there, but we just got to get some new pants." So what I want to encourage all of you guys to do, too, like on the Facebook page, we have a lot of new people that are, that are just starting the product. A lot of them are waiting for the product because, we're having a tough time with the back order. Just, if you don't mind sharing, these types of things with them. Whether they, hey, listen, are you doing this with the keto lifestyle to get started? Keep at it. Do it a little bit at a time. I mean, some people are going to go all in and get rid of the starches and the sweets, everything, but some aren't able to do that. So, let's just keep encouraging them on different things to do so that they're getting rolling while they're waiting for their product. And then, I've seen people, not a lot on our page, but some on another, they post that they're frustrated with their plateau, or they're, frustrated with, okay, I had one of the girls that's new to our team messaged me because she had gained 4 pounds. She was beside herself. And so what she was asking me was she had used up all of her on-the-go packets, and she had gone to the canister. And she said, "Are they different? Because I started using the canister and I've gained weight." And I said, "No, they're not different." I said, "But we need to talk about what you ate this past weekend and stuff, and I have to connect with her tomorrow about that." But that just brings me off topic to, I would encourage you guys with your cans and your packets, shake them up. Because I took a scoop the other day and it was a mouthful of salt. When I shook the can up after that, it was not. So I just encourage you to go ahead and shake them up just to make sure that the flavor's okay. I just don't want to lose people and lose their excitement, you guys, over this lifestyle. And we've all been here for quite a while, and Norma has been behind the scenes on this diet and doing amazing on the keto lifestyle. I really feel obligated to really cheer these guys on. And even though they're not engaged, they're looking. You can tell if they're reading our posts, even if they don't like it or they don't comment on it. You can tell that they're reading them. So, let's just really do our best as, the first kind of in front of this wave in this lifestyle to really, really pump them up. I just think it's really important. Nance, you look like you got something. Go ahead and then pass it on.
I don't really have anything because I'm sort of reiterating what you were saying, but I would like to say that, and I was like Debbie, I would get frustrated by those plateaus too, and it's human nature. It's human nature to go, why isn't it moving? Why isn't it moving? But I think one of the biggest lessons that I had even was just recently when you and I were so frustrated, we finally called Dustin and we got Dustin changed up a bit of what we're doing and how we're doing it in the mornings and things like that. And I'm not kidding you, it didn't see instant results with it, but I kept going at it because I trust Dustin and I trust what he's saying. And honestly, in a week's time, it was just starting to pour off of me. But it took my body a whole week, to figure out, what have you done to me now? What are you doing? So we've got to remember that our bodies are like a piece of machinery. And every time we change something up, we're retooling our body. So the digestive enzymes have to change. There's all sorts of things that has to change. So if you only stick on this for a very short period of time and then you get off of it, your body goes, I don't know what you're trying to do here. But if you get on it and stick on it, and just kind of go day by day by day by day, eventually your body just clicks into place and goes, okay, I get it. You're going down this path and you're not changing. And it's, you know, I think the prime example is if you look at the people even on this page who have lost some pretty significant amounts of weight. I mean, you cannot argue with the fact that Billy is down 56. You can't argue with that. Or Dylan is down 53 pounds. Or Debbie is down 45 pounds. Or I'm approaching 35 pounds. You cannot argue with that. And all we've done is just do what we're saying to you guys to do over and over and over again and try not to get frustrated. I know, I do it too. I'm like, oh, what's happening? But I think we just have to realize our bodies are doing it. And you know, it just sometimes it takes a couple of days and we're not going to notice it on that stupid scale. So what I would love to is if Peter, are you clicking in there anywhere? Are you able to come on camera at all, or?
I think I am.
We see your
I've got
still.
my camera on.
Okay, we see you're still, but could you just talk to us about where you're at and what's happening with you? Because I need a new Peter story. I need a new Peter story to tell.
No, nothing really new this week, but just going back to those two pictures that Tim was showing, the first picture where the fat loss versus weight loss. I'm not losing a ton of weight since I've started this, but between August 9th and 2 Saturdays ago, I think I was telling you guys last week, I went from a 60 waist to a 54. So my body's definitely adjusting, and but it's not really weight loss. It seems to be fat loss, which I'm okay with for sure. I find that I'm not even doing this program for weight loss anymore. I'm just doing it because I feel phenomenal. That's my thing. I feel so good doing this.
Well, I just gotta say one thing. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Peter is so right. After listening to Debbie and Nancy talk, I think for me personally, and I've said this to Nancy before too, and Deb. If we don't start off, we started out back in July for myself about the whole ketogenic way of life. At some point between the start of the business and September 1st, getting all these people on board, and people got lost because we did not give them that right message from the start. And all they think that this is a weight loss. They don't realize it's a health benefit. That's why we take it for our health. One of the side effects is that you lose weight, but so many people are concentrating on just losing the weight that they lose focus of why we really take this product. So all that said, Peter losing the fat, myself losing the fat, our bodies all adjusting. It's going to take some time. I was 205 pounds back in 1996. That was my just going above my peak for football. I was 287 in July. It took time to get to 287, so it's going to take time to lose it. And we all have to keep that in mind, and whoever we bring on board, we got to actually preach that this is a life change. It's not a miracle that's going to happen overnight for anybody, and there's always ups and downs in the roads. You know, whatever journey you're taking, you just got to keep focused on your end, and then go from there. So I think I would actually encourage anyone who has anyone come on board to teach them about the whole, the whole lifestyle, not just
There's
about
a change.
Keto OS. You know what I mean? Keto OS it's phenomenal, but it's not what's going to help them drop the weight like that. They've got to do the lifestyle.
I agree.
So
I agree.
to say something to that, Tim, just briefly, would be that, if you watch some of the initial videos that I had sent around to people with the Dr. Berg, and Dr. Berg talked about weight loss is a hormonal issue for most people, and one of the hormones that he talks the most about is cortisol. And when your stress level goes up, you're releasing a lot of cortisol, which holds the fat into your body, which makes you hold fat. And so subsequently what happens is you don't release the fat. And one of the things that Dr. Berg preaches is about getting enough sleep. You've got to get sleep. If you don't get sleep, if you don't get enough sleep, then you're just taking your stress from yesterday into tomorrow, because your sleep helps you to get rid of all of the stress you've accumulated from the day before, helps to bring your cortisol level down. Well, the truth of the matter is that when you take the Keto OS, one of the things that it does do is it helps you sleep. And I can say that with 100% assurance. I mean, I'm not making any medical claims, but I can tell you what's happening at our house is that my husband, Tim, had not slept through the night since 2007 because he was in a horrific car accident. He's got a bit of PTSD that he works. And so taking the product, he went from waking every single night at 2 o'clock to then waking at 2:30 to then waking at 3 to then waking at 3:30. Then he sat at 4:30 for the longest time. And then now finally we have to have an alarm clock. So you go back to what Tim is saying, that too, if you're just getting enough sleep, you're just getting enough rest, which our product can help you do as well, then it's going to help you with your weight loss inadvertently.
No, thank you, Nancy. It's absolutely true. And thank you, Tim, because like most of us have been involved here for quite some time, and it is absolutely vital that we restate our purpose. And
Amen. Amen.
I was not looking for a new purpose to my life. I was simply looking for some help for my husband, and I was disgusted with my size. Really, that's it. I was not looking for a new purpose. But personally, and I know some of you too, whether you all agree or not, we found a new purpose. This is not just about building a business, and this is not just about losing weight, as Tim and Nancy have so eloquently said, and you too, Sharon. I know you feel that way. I feel, especially for my friends that ask me or join or want the product, or even if they don't want the product but they want to know about the lifestyle, I feel obligated to share this with them so that they can be better, whatever that is. And it sounds cliche, but it's really true. So I have this new purpose and this new passion that I wasn't looking for. And like Nancy said, we have to take a look and keep with people, and Tim said the same thing. We can't lose them. And I lost a few people. They're still in the mix. But it got so busy, right? Because we were busy with the VIP and we're doing all that, which is great, and that's fine. But I have been rechecking in with everybody now and seeing where they're at, and seeing if there's a frustration, or geez, well, we're still not really sure how to get started. I've been creating a document that I want to make sure that goes out to everyone, because that's what's important to me. I don't want any of my friends to come on board and join me and not have success. Now, can I control that completely? No, I can't. They still have to do certain things. But I want to be able to be sure I'm sharing everything that I can with them to set them up for success, right? So, Sharon, I got to mute myself because good old dog is barking at me. Sharon, just share. I know you've had experience with this too, because it was the same thing with the scale and with your measuring. So
Yeah.
just talk about that, sweetheart.
Well, I came on board to begin with for the weight loss, and I thought, I just slammed this out of the park, because I've done a low-carb diet before, and I actually lost 45 pounds in 42 days, so I thought this was going to be, like, bam. Well, I've lost a lot of inches. You guys saw that on my pictures, and I know that my muscles are, well, when I do my exercises, I could only lift my leg and it would be doing this, shaking. I could do maybe 3 leg lifts because I'd let my muscles get so atrophied. Well, now I'm doing my exercises. I can do my exercises. My legs are stronger. I'm getting stronger. And it's not like Tim was saying, it's not about the weight loss for me anymore. When I talk to people about this anymore, I talk about the keto lifestyle. I talk about the health benefits. And then I might say, you know, and I have this product that's helping me. But I mean, I want people, people need this. That's all there is to it. People need this. I feel so dang good. I just feel good. And I just want everybody to feel good as I do. It's just, that's all I can say is I feel good. I don't care if I lose another pound. I know I will. And
Right.
and this isn't really hard. I thought this would be terrible. You know, like when you go on the gluten-free, everybody says gluten-free, and I'm thinking, oh Lord, who wants to do gluten-free? You know, you can't eat anything. Well, I'm eating a lot of stuff. You know, I'm eating enough to keep me full. I'm not hungry, and I'm eating plenty, and it's satisfying. And I didn't even realize I was gluten-free till I'm gluten-free. But it has helped all my issues. You know, my back pain. You know, without the, I don't know if it's the gluten that's gone away, if it's the ketos I'm putting in. I don't know what's doing it. But it's sure doing it. I have no back pain, and I don't have any IBS issues, and I'm happy. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling, I seriously, I'm feeling like 30 years younger than what I am. I really do.
I
And
know. Well, Sharon,
it.
you and I had a trip. We were in Germany together, you guys, and we can speak. We can tell you this. I took a picture of myself that no one will ever see when I was over there with Sharon, and then we had reason to do a lot of trekking around on foot. Remember when we were going to the stadium, Sharon? And
Oh, yeah.
Sharon thought she was going to die. I mean,
I
the
did.
pain was excruciating in her back and in her body, you know, doing this hike that we had to do. And I was out of breath myself, you know, because I was so heavy. I mean, if we went even right now on that same trip to Germany and Luxembourg, it would be a different trip.
Oh, yeah.
It would be a completely different trip
Oh,
because
yeah.
of the way we feel.
Absolutely.
And I've started to
Absolutely.
do the same recently when I have people, because I posted the pictures the other day. You guys saw. I mean, that was horrifying to me. But, of course, everybody was commenting on it and sending me private messages. But I have done what Tim was suggesting. Most of them are like, oh, my gosh, you know, they see the weight loss just like I did with Nick. And that's that's what starts the conversation, right? That starts the conversation. But I am really, really being conscious of saying to them, listen, this is not a weight loss product. It is a health product. And just like Tim said, the weight loss is an exciting side effect.
Yep.
Right? Yep. But it's so much more, because I think we have to help manage their expectations. Dustin talks about that, and Michael in a video about managing our own expectations. But I think now that we need to assist our customers and our people in managing their expectations. I don't know, Nick, I see you in the car. Can you hear us? Do you want to share with us any, or are you still driving? It makes me nervous when you're driving.
I'm not driving.
Uh-huh.
I pulled out in front of my house.
All right. Well, we've basically been talking, Nick, about frustrations with you know, the scale or plateaus, and, you know, how muscle is, you know, actually takes up more space than fat, and, you know, really managing our expectations and helping our people, our friends and our family and the people that are joining us and becoming our friends, how to help them manage their expectations. So that's kind of what we're talking about.
Well, you know, I've had to do that for myself. You know, my expectation was that I could be just like Michael and lose, you know, 40 pounds in 40 days or 45 days, and I would be really, really happy about that. But the reality is, you know, when I went to Seattle this last week, my goal was to be down 30 pounds. So Friday morning I got on the scale, and I was 29.5 pounds down. Was that a win for me? Absolutely. You know, I'm super excited about that. I feel better. And you know, Debbie, you're hitting the nail on the head, and I'm sure I missed other people's comments, but the reality is this is a health product. We need to get very good at conveying that and articulating that that's exactly what it is. Yes, we have a tremendous side benefits of weight loss, but as a health product, I mean, look at Sharon. I mean, Sharon is, I've told her this privately, she is my hero. And the reason is I know people who are like her, who suffer with pain, and they just don't know any other way to get around it. And this is the way that's going to help her, and it's going to help them. And so I'm just grateful once again to be here. I got a chance to see my grandkids this weekend. Can't wait to get on my bike tonight when I go for my ride. I'm really enjoying my better life. I'll admit one other thing to all you folks. I honestly believed 6 months ago that I would never be healthy again in my life. I had got myself to a point where I didn't believe that Nick was going to be any more healthy than I was then. In fact, I'd probably just get worse. And there's very personal things about my health that I don't want to share, but I'm just going to tell you that this has been the best thing I've done for myself probably since high school. That was 40 years ago. So I'm just really grateful for all of you and your stories and your patience. I had a new customer today that was really just let me have it because she hasn't gotten her Keto OS yet. If I don't get it, you better do something about it. You got any influence, you better do something about it. And I was pretty ticked. I was going to say something I shouldn't say, and I didn't. And, you know, I talked with her about how she approached me. Because the way she approached me was with her heart. All of you know what that's like. You've all experienced it. You've got friends that are like that talk to you with their heart instead of their head. And that's how she approached me. And so I went back to her with that approach. I said, I'm asking you to be patient with me and with the company because you approached me in this way. I want you to be patient with this in that same way. And so it looks like she's going to be, and I know people are frustrated. And I think that's one of the other expectations that we have to manage is to let people know that because of the growth, there are times when we experience product that's not available for 1 or 2 weeks. All of you have probably seen these posts today where they say, a legitimate company, Michael responded to this one, a legitimate company wouldn't take your money before they had the product available. Well, this is a very, very legitimate company. And, we're doing everything that we can as a company to get the product out. I think Michael told me or posted today that all the orders up to the 27th are out today. So we're just a week behind, which, a few days ago it looked like we were almost 2 weeks behind. So thank you all for your patience and for your willingness to share and to make this just the best experience that we're all having. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, I was just going to say that, Nick, one of the things that I took from what you said specifically was residing ourselves to where we were in life. And I had a really good conversation with a close girlfriend of mine recently, and who's just started this journey as well. And she said the same thing. She said she had decided quite a while ago that, okay, if this is the way I'm supposed to be, if this is it, then exactly. I'm gonna buy really nice shoes, and I'm gonna make sure my nails are done, and I'm gonna make sure my hair gets done pretty, and lots of jewelry and accessories, and I'll just learn to live with this. And she said, and then all of a sudden, you plop this on my lap, and my kids and my husband are doing so great on this, and she's just slowly going along, but she's seeing results from everybody else in her family, and she started to think in her mind, you know what, life doesn't have to be like this, and I don't have to be this way. I'm sorry. I don't have to be this way. But yeah, it's coming to that, and I think in life, a lot of what we have to do is we have to make it right up here first. We have to get up here right in order to do anything, whatever that anything is, whether it's riding your bicycle every day or pushing yourself. I'm telling you, that alarm goes off in the morning, and I lie in bed and I think, oh, I really, really don't want to get up and go. I want to lie here in this warm spot and I don't want to get out. But I know that if I put myself here in my head and I know what it's like to feel like when I get home from my walk, and I know how my day goes when I do it that way, then, you know, we have to get up here out of case. This is a mental game we're playing with ourselves too. And, you know, I firmly believe that that goes with anything. And, you know, maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, but the Canadians, we're having one hell of a time up here because we finally get some distribution. This is a little change of topic, but it's exactly what Nick was talking about managing expectations. We finally get the distribution figured out. We finally get a way to figure out how to get product up here, and things changed, and the company is having some challenges. They've changed their website. They've increased the security feature on the payment stuff. And so we're having trouble getting product here now because we can't pay for it. And so, but you know what? It does nobody any good to get frustrated about any of this. It really doesn't. And I believe that the reason you hear frustration from people is because they want this product so darn much. They want hope. I think if you can get it in your head that what we are selling people, or not even selling, what we are presenting to people is hope. Hope that their life is going to get better. Hope that they're going to feel good, that they're going to feel young, that they're going to think clearly, that they're going to sleep through the night, that life is going to just seem a little bit easier, even if it's just a little bit easier every day. That is what we're selling to people. That is what we're helping people to see. And so what point is it to get frustrated about that? Just recognize that they want it so badly because they want that hope. That's what it is.
You're so right, darling. And it's true. And we've had endless discussions about this, and though many of you do know that, you know, Nancy and I have tried to create different channels for Canada. But the bottom line is, we do know that they want the product. So I saw a movie today, and it was interesting. One of the lines in the movie, it was about there was some serious issues, dangerous issues going on in this movie, and so the scientist had to figure out the next right thing. And that's kind of the way that I'm looking at this whole thing with myself and the diet, and with this challenging problem with Canada. It's like, okay, I can throw my hands up, I can kick my feet, and I can get frustrated and quit, or I can say, okay, clear my head, what's the next step? How do I figure out this problem? And like I say, that applies to the shipping and payment issues as much as it does with my own desire to lose more weight. Okay, I never counted macros, and I didn't count fat, and I never counted calories. Well, just like Nancy said in the beginning, and Dustin told me, he said, you need to do it for a couple of days. And so if I'm not moving in the direction I want to, whose responsibility is it? It's mine. It's my personal responsibility to take a look at my life, my day, and say, well, okay, let's be honest, like, you ate too much, or whatever it is. But we have to just stay calm, stay the course, and, you know, deal with whatever issue comes up, because that's life, isn't it? There's just always another life issue. That's what we do day to day. Is we deal with what's the next thing in front of us, and getting too far ahead or staying behind is not going to do a thing. It's right here, right now. What do we do today? So Norma, you've been waiting patiently there, Blue Angel. You want to talk to us about how your weight loss and your exercise routine is going, which is good for you?
Yes, I am Doing great. I get weighed and measured tomorrow. And, you know, since I started doing this keto plan, I can't wait to get weighed and measured. I stopped getting weighed and measured for a while. Matter of fact, I had lost weight like
Oh, it's a puppy.
And plan so many days, and I make sure I have the stuff in my house the best I can. I have to get some of my food from my church, but I love this plan. All the foods I love I can eat. The reason I never made it before is because I couldn't eat things that I really liked and I wasn't getting anywhere. And I was tired all the time. I don't have to worry about that. I don't even miss having bread, and I don't miss having sugar. And Michael showed me how to make some bread from keto stuff. So next week I need one more item, and I'm going to do that. I go out to eat, and I check, make arrangements like with my daughter, which ones we can go to. And I know what I'm going to eat, so I plan my whole day around it. The last time we went out with her, I actually lost a half a pound, even though I went out to eat. So it's all really being focused and wanting to be successful. And I want to prove to my family that we all do not have to have the same diseases in our older age. I cannot wait to prove that. I haven't discussed it with him. I'm just doing this plan. And the other thing is I'm focusing on the colors of the outfits I'm going to get in my smaller size, because I'll be a smaller size and I will not have to buy these crappy old lady outfits. You know, I want royal blue, I want amethyst, I want fuchsia. You know, I just want the clothes that makes me feel like $1,000,000. So if I'm starting to be silly, if I'm in a store and maybe I was a little over on my time because my friend Gail that I'm helping that's got cancer had to do a couple extra things, I just picture those outfits. I picture getting down to a certain weight. And you know what else I'm doing? Michael's idea. I put stickies on my refrigerator and in the bathroom of the next weight I want to be. So I want to be 169, but I'm putting 168. See? And my daughter, I gave her a little wish list. I wanted 3D mascara because when I hit 30 pounds, I'm going to do my eyes and everything. I'm going to look like a movie star. I'm going to bat my eyelashes, and I'm going to put lipstick on, you know. So this is just little mini goals to make this fun. Well,
Norma Jean, the beauty queen.
A lot of, you ought to see when I walk into Curves. They keep looking at me and looking at me. Wow, Norma, how are you doing now? What are you at now? You know, and I can't say I'm doing keto because this is Curves. So
I'm not sure why you couldn't mention it, Norma. It's, you know, you're not selling it.
Because it's her business. And besides, these women, I have to be honest with you, a lot of them can't even remember what they talked about the day before. A lot of them have. No, I'm serious.
I'm sorry, Norma.
No, they really. And some of them are on so many medications and all that. I don't want to distract what they're doing at Curves. I just like to make it fun and change the subject a little bit. But she did take around and talk about the fruit and everything. So when they ask me what I'm doing, I tell them I'm not having sugar. I read all the labels, make sure I don't buy a lot of processed food. I make a lot of my own food. Processed food has a lot of bad stuff in it. It tells you you're still hungry. If the food companies will lie to you. And I just do all this. And because those are the things they can change. You know? And it makes sense. If I decide I want a fruit, I check my list of fruits and get the lower sugar fruits, you know, if I want a fruit once in a while. I focus on what kind of salad I want. I even put, you know what I did this week? I took some raw coconut butter, and I sauteed my onions. This time I sauteed my onions in it, and then I put in my mushed up cauliflower, and then I threw in eggs. But see, that raw buttered coconut just gave it a different flavor, and I was so happy because I got 3 or 4 meals out of that, you know. So I'm experimenting with different things to cook with and throwing different things together and making it more fun, making my plate look delicious. So, and I look through all the stuff that Felicia Ann Nurse does. I go back in and I re-listen to all the keto videos because I always say, oh, I didn't catch that last time when I heard this. I better change that. And it helps me do better when I see I did something wrong.
Yep, no, it's excellent, Norma, and that's the whole thing, is it does need to be fun because this is a lifestyle. So if we want to have fun in life, then what we're doing here needs, you know, there's no reason for this not to be fun and enjoyable. And there's so many good recipes and so many things that we can experiment with that it's not boring. And like Sharon said, she thought it was going to be horrible. It's not at all. I mean, the food that we eat is absolutely wonderful to me, and I can share with you guys too. You know, like Norma, you said you want to share with your family, you know, that you don't have to have all these diseases. Well, I am absolutely devouring information and research about, you know, ketones and ketogenic lifestyles because I have 3 people in my family suffering with cancer. For those of you that don't know, I take care of my mother and my father, who both have cancer. My father has leukemia. My mother's having treatment for breast cancer, had a breast remove. I have a very, very dear cousin that had pancreatic cancer. So I see these studies about ketones and the ketogenic lifestyle versus chemotherapy that is starving these cancer cells, and sugar, what that does to the cancer cells. And so for me, this is not just about, again, as we've all said, about the weight loss. It's that I am now, if I want to look at my heredity, I am now at high risk for cancer in 3 different directions, I think, because I've got grandparents that passed away from cancer. I've got immense amount of heart disease and strokes and high blood pressure in my family. Okay, now thus far, because I've always kind of been a little off to the left kilter, I've always kind of done things my own way, and I've eaten every kind of health product there is, including Aztec clay. My health is rather good, but I want to make sure it's good and continues to be good. I can't believe how many friends of mine the same age as me are so sick, and sick with aches and pains. And so first of all, I thank God, and I'm blessed that that isn't the case for me. But I want that to continue. And you know, the risk factors that have gone up now for me with cancer, knowing that this diet and these ketones help prevent that, why would I? Because a lot of people ask me, I don't know if they ask you guys, they go, well, what do you do when you get to your goal weight? What's going to happen when you quit drinking the keto? Are you going to gain all the weight back? And my response is, first of all, it's not a weight loss product. It's a health product, and I don't ever want to stop taking the keto. And that's my response, because why would I? If I know, I mean, they're working on it with Alzheimer's patients and dementia patients and brain-injured people. Why would I not want to protect my brain and have my kids drinking it to protect their brain and their immune system and their cells in their body? And that's all the information that we're privy to and we're now all learning. And that's what we have to share with people, you know. So I don't know, did we hit everybody? Peter, did you get to chat? You did?
I did speak briefly. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything anybody wants to add? Peter, Tim? We haven't heard from you, but briefly, Tim.
I was just I wrote in there about the sickness. What it also, I'm not sure if there's any research on it, but I've been in this form, like my daughters are sick, and the last 3-4 days, I could feel it. Like, usually you want to lie down in bed and die. I haven't. It's like I can feel the rumbling in my stomach, and I know my hormones have changed because it usually get bloated. You know what I mean? You retain all this water, but I'm not feeling sick. I could think, and I'm cooking like a storm today. I cooked a whole bunch of stuff for the family. I did a whole bunch of stuff for work, and I'm still sick. So I'm not sure if there's any research yet on what this does to protect. Well, obviously it builds up our immune system, so we got more white cells, blood cells. So it's fighting it for us. But still, I just want to know if there's anyone that knows anything about Keto OS and the immune system, or sorry, Keto OS and calming colds. Does anyone know? No?
I just remember briefly reading something about how it builds your immune system and how it's an antibacterial, but nothing specifically for the cold.
No.
Yeah, same here, Peter. I remember reading something about that too, and that it's an antibacterial, that it builds, just like you said, your white cells and builds up your immune system. But it's really funny if you go into Google, right? Somebody had said, like, if you go in and you type in ketones and beside it you put polymyalgia or ketones and Alzheimer's or ketones and cancer. Try putting ketones and the common cold and see if any research articles come up. I do that all the time now. Every day I'm like checking on another illness, and I found another article about how it helps with fibromyalgia, and I have a dear friend that has fibromyalgia. So, I'm sending these studies to her because, again, this isn't coming from Prove It. This is coming from doctors and research, and some of it can be a tad boring because there's a lot of medical lingo, but you just, if you sort through it, it's amazing. So I would try that. Hi, Lori.
I'll do that for sure. Hey, Lori.
Glad to have you, but great question, and those are the things we do want to pay attention to, Tim, because, as we know, we can't go making medical claims. Number one, we're not physicians, but we can certainly share what has happened with us, right? And that's what is so wonderful about it. Like my other girlfriend, Norma knows her. Her name's Jessica Krasmensky. She has had endless migraines, like intense migraines, debilitating migraines. So she started the keto lifestyle a while ago, and her migraines have really, really dropped immensely. So when she started hearing about the Keto OS, I mean, she can't wait to get on it to see if it will eliminate them, So those are the cool stories, and those are the things that we can share without being physicians, right? So hi, Lori. I don't want to put you on the spot, but like we've all chatted, and we were chatting about plateaus and losing on the scale versus losing inches, getting frustrated, not getting frustrated, how we kind of make it through it. So I don't know if you want to share, or Nance, you want to share something and say hi to Lori?
Oh, did you just unmute me, Tim? Oh, and Lori can't turn her microphone on. Can you unmute her, Tim? Well, you know what? I'll talk while Tim's trying to figure out how to unmute Lori. Yeah, we were just talking about managing our expectations and possibly writing stuff down. So if you are hitting a plateau or you're not losing it, just write down what you're doing so you can kind of have an idea. You can kind of look and see where you're at, and then day by day kind of tweak it. We talked about that. My friend Maria, she's using the MyFitnessPal, and she's doing really well on that. I mean, I think you've got to have technical skills coming out the wazoo to use that darn thing. But we had trouble. We couldn't even figure out how to get this thing going properly. We had to enlist Tim Frey's help to do that. It's like, but anyways, I was thinking that one of the things technique. We did that last week. So I thought, it's. I'm really hoping, Tim, were you able to get Lori unmuted before we do the visualization, or no? Is he frozen? Well, drat. I can't figure this out either. So I think I don't even know if he's there.
Yeah, Tim's there. He's not muted. I think he's.
Oh no, sorry.
Here he is.
Yeah, sorry. I can't control Lori's or Nick's, so they have to control theirs from their side.
Oh, you're in control of your own, Lori.
Lori, scoot your cursor to the top of your screen, and there'll be a little bar that'll come up that it's got the microphone.
If you move your mouse up.
It's red, can't click it. You can't click on it?
If it's red, that means you're muted.
Yeah, so and it won't unclick, because I'm on my GFS computer too. That's really weird.
We wanted to hear from you, Lori, like it or not.
I know, to see how she's doing. But anyways, so what I would say is, if everybody just wants to shut their eyes, and this time, Debbie, seriously, I'll do it. Do not make me laugh.
I didn't do anything.
You were not doing it right last week. So,
Nancy, we should always have a video, and so I got you play something while you're talking.
Well, we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
All right.
So I would say if we just all shut our eyes for a moment, and last week we were talking about Christmas and the smells and the sounds of Christmas and what we're going to feel like when we walk Christmas. So this time, as you shut your eyes, I want you to think about arriving. You're on a plane. You're in an airplane, and you got your coat on, and you got your shoes on, and you got your jeans on, and you're all in this really tight spot. You're tight, and then you walk out into that heat. You know that heat when you're in someplace south, and the heat comes at you, and you just feel yourself enveloped in an envelope of warmth, and you can't wait to get to the beach. You can't wait to get to that chair that's got, the lounge chair that you're going to kick your feet back and squish your toes in the sand, and you've got a beach umbrella up for those of us that aren't sun worshipers like Debbie is, but the sun is coming down at you, and you can hear the ocean, and you can smell the salt water. You can hear people playing beach volleyball down the way, and a really good-looking, tall, dark, and handsome guy comes with a tray to give you a drink with one of those little umbrellas on it. And what's that person going to say? Are they, they're going to make a comment about how hot you're looking in your bikini? Or you get to visualize now what you look like, what you are. Are you going to be completely covered from head to toe in a big beach cover-up? Or are you going to be in your bikini or your board shorts or whatever men wear with a little tiny wrap around yourself, just looking so hot, it's just unbelievable. And so as we close out the evening, just visualize what it is you want. What do you want out of this? How good are you going to look at Christmas? How good are you going to look on the beach? And I think if you can just keep that in your mind, keep it up here in your brain, then you can have anything. We can be, do, and have anything we want, but it first comes with the thought that's in our head. We got to get that right first. Anyways, that's it. You all look so cute.
Can you hear that?
Well, thank you, Nancy.
You're welcome. You have anything to say there, Miss Debbie?
Not a thing. I just want you to know that I participated fully.
I was watching.
Yeah, she was waiting to see if I peeked. I know it. Oh, wait, is that Lori?
Yay!
She's
I don't know what I
there.
did. I right-clicked on my picture, and I clicked on my picture, and oh, geez.
Well, we have to hear how you're doing, Lori, before we close out.
No, you had a good closeout. I'm going to leave it at that because I'm really struggling right now. So.
Well, if you need help with anything, with anybody, please reach out, okay?
Yeah, I need you to take the weight away.
Yes. Well, and that's what we were talking about all, tonight. So, private message Nancy or somebody and give them a call and do a good chat, and she can rehash what we went over tonight, because we've all been there, Lori. We've all been there, really, and that's why this is great, because we go through the different challenges and we can share that you're not alone with the challenges and tweaking it for yourself, and what is right for your body, because it isn't exactly the same for everybody, and so we have to tweak that and work with it. So we'll chat, okay?
Okay, great. Thanks. Sorry I was so late.
No, thank you for coming on. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again, Tim.
Good night, everybody. You're welcome.
And we're going to keep working on this. We're going to get better and better every time, promise.
Awesome. All right.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.